a 7-day ultimatum to address what is described as anti-people's policies or face industrial action. FG. Okay, the story there, FG begs Labour. Fuel subsidy, FG begs as NLC issues August 2 nationwide strike action. Okay, lastly, on the Vanguard newspaper, Emefiele, we are probing scuffle between our operatives, prison officials, DSS. It has the writer says incident unfortunate. The scuffle between officials of the Department of State Services, DSS, and Nigerian Prison Service at the premises of the High Court is being probed by the security agencies, its spokesman, Dr. Peter Afunaya, said yesterday. Afunaya said the DSS did not authorize the operation, giving its respect for the judicial, describing the incident as unfortunate. Afunaya, who said in the statement that what transpired does not reflect the professional disposition of the agency, noted, and I quote, "The service did not and would never encourage the incident under preference. The service has tremendous respect for the judiciary as an arm and institution of government and would not go out of its way to undermine it." End of quote. Emefiele, we are probing scuffle between our operations, prison officials, DSS. Okay, let's look at this. Why NTC is reviewing 6 regulatory instruments. Dambata. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, yesterday gave a 3-day public inquiry on 6 critical regulatory instruments to address challenges of quality of services and use of satellites in the telecommunication industry. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Professor Umar Dambata, said the public inquiry with stakeholders, experts, and concerned citizens was not only a constitutional matter but aimed at charting a robust course for the advancement of the industry. Why NCC is reviewing 6 regulatory instruments. Dambata. That is all we'll take from Vanguard newspaper. Let's go to the north and look at what we have on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning as its headlines. On Daily Trust, you will see bandits kill 7 soldiers. Word Ed, 28 farmers in Zamfara, Bauchi. Okay, also on Daily Trust, Labour issues 7-day strike notice, urges FG to reverse anti-masses policies. ECOWAS send missions to Niger Republic. Resident doctors strike cripples health service nationwide. Lukman resigns as APC vice chairman. Senate confirms Tafa Akali other NEDC board members on page 21. Google says Nigerian can now pay with Naira on Play Store. These, among others, is what we have on the cover page of the the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Okay, giving attention to what we have as the content of Daily Trust this morning. Okay, let's look at this. 48 hours to deadline. Tinubu yet to send ministerial list to Assembly. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is yet to send the list of his ministerial nominees to the Senate for screening and confirmation 48 hours before the deadline. Daily Trust report. The delay by the president to unveil his cabinet had heightened expectations from Nigeria, who are keenly waiting for the list of ministers that would assist the president to deliver his renewed hoped agenda. 48 hours to deadline. Tinubu yet to send ministerial list to National Assembly. Also on Daily Trust, you will see this headline. Tinubu, it has our blessings. The Jigawa government speaks on Tinubu ministerial list. The Jigawa State Governor, Umar Namadi, has assured that the much-awaited list of ministerial nominees has the blessings of the ruling party's governor. Daily Trust report that the delay in the communications of the ministerial list to the National Assembly has given rise to permutations that major stakeholders, like the governors and former governors of the ruling party, might be going at each other toward asserting their relevance. But in an interview with Daily Trust, Nduse Namadi, popularly known as Dam Modi, said President Bola Tinubu has been consulting with governors and that when the list is finally released, it will not cause any rancor among the governors. It has our blessings. Jigawa governor speaks on Tinubu's ministerial list. Okay, let's also look at these. Bandits kill 7 soldiers ward. Bandits kill 7 soldiers. Ward head. 28 farmers in Zamfara, Bauchi. 7 soldiers and 22 farmers were killed in a gunfight between troops of Operation Andarindaji and bandits near Kangao, Garushi in Dangabi district in Maru local government area of Zamfara state. While some of the residents were killed after they were trapped while working on their farmlands, some of them were caught in a crossfire between soldiers and criminals. The attack was led by one Ali Kuwajo, Damina and other bandit leaders called Black has enslaved the majority of the farmers in the area as he frequently asks them to work on his farmland, says a resident, Sani Baba. Bandit killed 7 soldiers, ward head, 28 farmers in Zamfara, Bauchi. The Daily Trust is reporting this morning. Also on Daily Trust, you will see this story. Delta Assembly screens confirms 9 commissioners nominees. The Delta State House of Assembly has screened and confirmed 9 out of the 26 names of commissioners and nominees who forwarded to the State House by Delta State Governor Oborevori. The 26 nominees' names were forwarded to it by Governor Sharif for appointment as commissioners and members of the State Executive Council. The 9 nominees were on the list of first batch of the screening exercise presided over by the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Timi Guzo, on Tuesday. Delta Assembly screens confirm 9 commissioner nominees. Igbo Muslims celebrate Islamic Year. The Southeast Muslim community, under the leadership of Sheikh Arun Ugbonna Aja, has congratulated the Muslim Sumar around the globe on the successful completions of Hijrah 1444. It also wished them a more rewarding new year, Hijrah 1445, which commenced on July 19, equivalent to 1st Muran 1445. In a statement issued by the General Secretary Isiaka Salmon, the Abakaliki Ebonyi State, the forum thanked Allah for seeing Nigeria through in the just concluded national elections and enjoyed all those elected to be fair to all in their dealings, irrespective of tribe, religion, color, or any other divisive tendency. Igbo Muslims celebrate Islamic Year. That is on Daily Trust. On that note, we'll go for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll look at the 2 other newspapers left on our shelves. Do stay with us.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in the B2C greener pasture abroad. To those quacking that is not have travels and tours, we have in-depth details on how to secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, Europe, America, Asia? It's no big deal to us at Tausaf Travel. Experience and expertise speaks volumes for us. Let's be USA and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah services to our Muslim faithful. Us number 9 Tausaf Central Mosque, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way. 4060. Stop the Tausaf fẹ́ tún gba ìṣoge tó gbà mú ló kọjá lọ sí House of Zayana. The name I know when we talk of top-notch fashion, quality materials of Zayana, Turkey wears, Egypt and Malaysia clothing, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bàtà tó jiná ṣe, àwọn wákàtí ọjọ́, designer sunglasses and perfumes pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tó gbà. Mo débẹ̀ ojú mi ń ṣe kámi. Èmi ni ó rà, èmi ni ó mú. Ìgbọ́n pa fashion tẹ wá nílò jàlábí, hijab àti àbáyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zayana lẹ́ò ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ rà. House of Zayana wà ní 2 Ọlọ́gbọ̀ Road, adjacent Redeemed Church, Agape Parish, orí Instagram House of 8618. House of Zayana, ilé ìtajà tá a ti nǹkan aṣaralóge tí ń gbéni níyì. Gbogbo aláfẹ́ kọjá lọ of Zayana.
Welcome back. It's still Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Now let's go to the Nation newspaper. El-Rufai, Wike, Oyetola, Alake, Fagbemi makes ministers list. It has rider like Ednu Pate, Adelabu, Peter Edu, also nominated by President. That also on the cover page, we reject threat to democracy in Niger Republic, says Tinubu. The details is available on page 4. Strike, give government more time, President tells Labour. Federal varsities remain tuition free, says presidency. American proposed marriage to cheaper girl in US. APC, NEC may okay Ganduje Bashiru August 3. Why I quit National Working Committee by Lukman. These, among others, is what you would see on the Nation newspaper. Let's quickly look at what we have in the details. Lukman resigns from APC NWC. The National Vice Chairman Northwest of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, Dr. Saliu Maud Lukman, has resigned from the party's highest administrative office with immediate effect. His letter of resignation is addressed to the acting National Chairman of the Senator Abdubakar Yari was dated July 26, 2023. He became the third NWC to have resigned from the committee in the last week. The National Chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and National Secretary, Senator Iyola Omishore, tendered their resignation last Monday. Lukman resigns from APC NWC. It's on the Nation newspaper. El-Rufai, Wike, Oyetola, Alake, Fagbemi make ministers list. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, his River State counterpart Nyesom Wike, and the eminent medical scholar Ali Pate are on the list of ministerial nominees forwarded to the Senate by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was learnt this morning. According to also nominated, a Senate source said the president forwarded the list to Senate President Godswill Akpabio this morning in line with the constitutional provision that the list should get to the National Assembly within 90 days after the presidential inauguration. The deadline expires this weekend. Okay, you can read details of those list of nominees on the Nation newspaper. It has headlines: El-Rufai, Wike, Oyetola, Alake, Fagbemi makes ministers list. Okay, also on the Nation, APC, NWC meet on NEC caucus engagement Thursday. A special meeting of the National Working Committee, NWC, of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, holds on Thursday on the postponed National Caucus and National Executive Meeting, Committee meeting of the party. The meeting, which is coming ahead of the Friday's meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the leadership of the NWC, will also discuss the recent development in the committee following Wednesday's resignation of the National Vice Chairman Northwest, Saliu Maud Lukman. A source within the committee who spoke in confidence with the Nation said the meeting will also consider a proposed agenda prepared by the Secretariat for both the caucus and the NEC meeting. APC NWC meets on NEC caucus engagement Thursday. Okay, let's quickly look at this last one. Senate rejects political solution for Nnamdi Kanu's release. The Senate on Wednesday rejected the proposal urging it to call on the federal government to use a political solution approach in freeing the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, from detention. It rejected the prayer seeking to urge the federal government to obey court orders that granted bail to Kanu. The upper chamber, however, condemned the Monday sit-at-home phenomena in the southeast states and the nefarious activity of Simon Ekpa, who is the gang leader. Senate rejects political solution for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Okay, moving on to the last newspaper for today, and that is the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, you would see cover stories like this. Tinubu pleads for more time as NLC issues strikes notice. Page 2 and page 12 of the Punch newspaper has the details. Niger president supporters protest. AU, ECOWAS condemn coup plot. Daredevil daylight robbers return to Lagos streets. Mass burial, NSAS coalitions demand DNA mapping compensation. Musa, why I sell fuel at 580 per litre. National Assembly to unveil ministerial list today, Akpabio's aid. This, among others, is what we have on the cover page of Punch newspaper this morning. Let's quickly give attention to one or two stories on Punch newspaper this as published this morning. Okay, let's look at the political story first, then go to what we have on the sports column. Okay, let's start this with these. Wike, El-Rufai, Oyetola make list as Akpabio unveils ministerial nominees today. Okay, I think, okay. Let's start from Daredevil daylight robbers return to Lagos streets. Residents are currently lamenting over what looks like a surge in armed robbery cases on Lagos streets and roads. Punch Metro report that amid the recent frequent raids on some streets such as Lawani Street off Ishaga Road, Surulere, where armed robbers stole cash and properties on the night of July 18. Other residents say robbery cases were now extending to roads, including during daytime. They robbed the Surulere area that week and the week after, a resident Biodun told one of Punch correspondents on Wednesday. Daredevil daylight robbers returns to Lagos Street. The Punch has the details. Wike, El-Rufai, Oyetola make list as Akpabio unveils nominees today. The immediate past River State Governor Nyesom Wike and his colleague from Kaduna, Nasiru El-Rufai, have made the list of ministerial nominees. The Punch learned that President Bola Tinubu forwarded the ministerial list to the Senate in the wee hours of Thursday. The list is coming 2 days before the president's deadline as stipulated by the Constitution as amended by the 9th Assembly. Tinubu, according to the 1999 Constitution as amended by the 9th Senate, has barely 2 days left out of the 60 days deadline stipulated for president to unveil his cabinet members. Wike, El-Rufai, Oyetola make list as Akpabio unveils ministerial nominees today. Tinubu plead for more time as NLC strike notice. That is available on Punch newspaper. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday in Abuja appealed to the organized labor to avail him more time to consider their grievances before embarking on any nationwide strike. This is just as the indications emerge that the federal government may enforce the court order restraining the organized labor from embarking on a strike over the withdrawal of fuel subsidy in May should the Nigerian Labour Congress make good its threat on August 2. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, disclosed Tinubu plea to State House correspondent after leading some officers of the House to brief the President on the outcome of their engagement with the National Associations of Resident Doctors, who has declared a nationwide strike. Lastly, let's look at this. NDLEA anger as NDLEA operatives shot 2 dead. Anger as NDLEA operatives shot 2 dead during Lagos raid. Operatives of the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency have allegedly shot dead 2 persons, including one Gafar Yusuf in the Idioro area of Mushin, Lagos State. The Punch gathered that the NDLEA operatives stormed the community around 10 p.m. On Wednesday to raid a drug den when they started shooting sporadically in a bid to achieve their aim. While engaging in the act, it was learned that stray bullets from the operatives shooting sporadically to scare hoodlums attempting to scuffle the plan in the community killed the victim. Breaking anger as NDLEA operatives shot 2 dead during Lagos raid. The Punch has the details. Okay, on that note, we'll say thank you for being part of Freshlight this lovely Thursday morning. Do join us again tomorrow for another fresh episode of the Fresh program called Freshlight. I remain OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA. Good morning and enjoy your day.